This woman saved over $100,000 in 1 year. How? By working two jobs. I'm not talking about the picking up a bartending shift after your 9 to 5 type of two jobs. I'm talking about two simultaneous full-time jobs at once. So how did this woman, Jessica, do it? If you've ever been watching TV and thought, I'm pretty bored right now, let me get another job, that's exactly what Jessica did. Basically, she went on LinkedIn and applied to a bunch of jobs and got one that she thought was going to be relatively easy. However, she told them that she was leaving her current job, which was not true. Both of her jobs were in HR and they both paid over $100,000 a year. At first, she thought she would just do it for 90 days to pay off some credit card debt, but then she realized she had some savings goals. And so by the end of the year, she had saved up an additional $100,000. So is there a problem with this? I mean, besides the morality of working two jobs at once, it's not technically illegal to work more than one job. However, some white collar contracts forbid having multiple full-time jobs. The craziest part is that one of these jobs was a leadership role. So she basically was marking all of her other jobs meetings as holds on this calendar. Take this, for example. In this example, she was talking about how she had to be on two required meetings at the same exact time. One company required cameras on and one company didn't care. So she literally had two laptops open, one with the camera on, one with the camera off, and she was anxious the whole time, constantly worrying that one of the companies was going to need her and she wasn't going to be able to pay attention, she was going to forget, or she was going to mess her words up. This to me seems way too stressful. The pros? For her, it's pretty obvious. She was able to save $100,000 and she felt more recession proof. As she says here, if I have two jobs and one lets me go, I'll still have a job. Great. Some cons? It was a lot to balance. This makes sense. To me, it would be very challenging to remember who I need to bring what when, what problems are in one company and what problems are in another company, especially when you're dealing with a division like HR, which is so people focused. I find that this would be very challenging. It sounds like Jessica, after 1 year, quit her second job and now has a completely different job and she's happy with just the one. Also, she would not do this again. She now has kids. She doesn't feel like she could manage and prioritize two separate jobs. But if you're in the right stage of life, is this something you would do? On the one hand, what Jessica did was greedy. She took two spots at two different companies, especially in this job market. That could have gone to somebody else. On the other hand, corporate America can be greedy itself. So if she can get the jobs and she can maintain the jobs, who's to say she shouldn't be allowed to do two jobs at once? What do you think?